Okay, what are you?
The ground petrol product.
Oh, so when you speak back, I've got no idea. Great.
Yeah.
Do you speak?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were. No, I'm just listening.
What's that? Okay.
Testing, testing, 1, 2. Michelle Peter, Chloe Shrug, Claire Tyson, Chrissa Prodromu, Amelia Howard, Jessie Newcomb, Melissa Morgado, Jasmine Hewitt, Taylor Evans, Lily Ryden, Lana Spicer, Chloe Gage Pearson, Michelle Chen, Giselle Rowe, Brittany
Well, the winner will also play.
Got me there.
Hegedus, Peter Enbom, Alexis Skipped,
2 2
Abby
1 2
Gregg,
test 1 2.
Natasha Ridley, Jay
They got me.
Bates, Claire Davey, Yolanda Kanyai, Samantha Nagy, Elise Baker, Stella Rashley, Bianca Brain, Phoebe Mitchell, Jariah Kirby, Zoe Courtney. Yeah. Put the live stream there in case we
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, please, as Casuarina and Mindil make their way out onto the park. For those watching our Women's Premier League match today, I'm going to ask you to get the game started. We'll start with a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Off we go.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Darwin's Football Stadium, Larrakia Park, for this afternoon's preliminary final between Casuarina Football Club and Mindil Aces Football Club in this Women's Premier League clash this afternoon. I'm Cam Hughes off the substitution bench, helping out this afternoon to get us through. Down on the sideline we have Axel Deathmore, and joining me, play just underway here at Larrakia Park. Casuarina in possession. Claire Tyson centre field. Casuarina running left to right on your screen this afternoon. Mindil Aces in the pink jersey running right to left. As Casuarina bring it down the right wing. Hewitt in possession.
Josh, can you hear them?
Look to centre the ball.
No.
Takes a strike, ends up.
Yeah, I will join next break.
Going over on the top of the net there. Of course, this clash this afternoon will determine who meets Hellenic in next Saturday's grand final here at Larrakia Park. Hellenic, our minor premiers, winning their way through to the grand final with a victory over the Mindil Aces last weekend. And Casuarina earning their spot in this preliminary final after a 1-1 draw with Darwin Olympic. That match went through to a penalty shootout. Casuarina picking up the victory 4-2 in a penalty shootout. And that's where the stage is set this afternoon for Casuarina and Mindil. As Kanyai just applying a bit of pressure there to Casuarina. And a very good afternoon to you, Axel Deathmore, joining us as our sideline commentator this afternoon. A nice little breeze starting to blow in here, Axel, at Larrakia Park.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Cam, and good afternoon, viewers from wherever you are tuning in. Thanks to local media services and Football Northern Territory. Beautiful weather conditions up here at the moment, Cam, just shy of 29 degrees and a little bit gloomy out there from what was expected to see. I was speaking to the man, Dave McRae, last time we met here at Larrakia Park and spoke about the early build-up. A little bit of grey clouds up there tonight, Cam, and a little bit of water on the windscreen coming into the stadium tonight. So really be interesting to see how this goes.
Taylor Evans will restart play here for Casuarina. Look to drive the ball deep. Picked up there by Mindil Aces. Through the centre of the field now, Casuarina. A run on is Lana Spicer. Well defended there by Abby Gregg. There's a card there called out by one of our officials this afternoon. And as you said this afternoon, there is a breeze, there is the humidity. There's definitely been a pickup in the last week or so here in Darwin. So this game is going to be played under a fairly hot and humid conditions. Later on this evening, we do have our men's preliminary final between Darwin Hearts and Azuri United. We'd expect the humidity to drop by that game. Cooler conditions for the men's. But the Women's Premier League preliminary final this afternoon is going to be a real test of fitness and endurance this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely, Cam. We saw in the last week in the elimination finals in both the men's and women's just how much those players were turning up the drive, and then obviously we saw a lot of cramping later on. The moisture started to come out of the grounds, and of course the temperature was sitting around about the 27 degrees, but in the women's we were seeing winds up to 24.5 kilometres towards the grandstand, Cam, and that really did affect the strikers and then the long distance kickers. But of course with the men's game the wind dropped down to about 7 kilometres an hour and really did pick up with the humidity, which we saw a few more injuries come out of that, and of course a lot of cramping. And the trainers were sharing with me just the importance to these players here over this proceeding of the game tonight, both in the women's and the men's, just how important preparation is and stretching, as it looks like that player now that's getting tended to by the medics could be suffering a little bit of cramping, hopefully not too much worse.
And of course our teams this afternoon finish 2 and 3 on the ladder. Mindil finished the season off in second place. Casuarina finished off in third. And it's probably worth talking about the goal differential at the conclusion of the regular season. The Mindil Aces scoring 49 goals across the season, conceding 27 for a plus 22. And Casuarina kicking 32 goals throughout the season, conceding 27, just the same as Mindil for plus 5. So Mindil goes into this afternoon's clash with a far more positive goal differential Is that player's back on her feet? Looks as if she'll be staying on the pitch this afternoon. Just past the 6-minute mark, Axe, and plays about to resume. We've had a bit of a stuttered start to the game with that break in play with an injury. As the Aces push a team down the right sideline. Casuarina through Chen. Ball's pushed over the far sideline. Be a Casuarina ball. Jesse Newcomb will restart play with the throw-in. Tyson now. A changeover in possession here. Mindil will have an opportunity with possession inside the Casuarina half. An injury still seems to be troubling that player. Looks like the player's gone off on the far side of the pitch there, Axe.
They may be in for an early substitution, Cam, and is that something we want to see in finals? Absolutely not, because with the limited number of substitutions you do have in football, it's certainly not something you want to be using in the opening. Well, inside 10 minutes, Cam, we haven't even hit the 10-minute mark, and we've already possibly seen a substitution, so...
Yeah, Abby Gregg just making her way back around behind the goals. And Mindil Aces will have a great opportunity here, right in front of the goals.
And we saw last time, Cam, Dave McRae and myself saw the Mindil Aces go up against. And we just really see how fiery they are when we get inside the goals. And no doubt the goalkeepers will be working to earn their paychecks tonight.
Well, this is the Mindil Aces captain, Zoe Courtney, jersey number 17. She will be taking the shot in front of goals.
Yep.
Aces, another opportunity for pressure.
Because if that's up, I don't know that's up. Oh, I can hear you. Barely. Yep. Is that better? Going better. Yep.
Substitution for Mindil Aces, number 5, Abby Gregg, makes way for number 8, Jake Bates.
Throw it in for Casuarina. Centre field the ball. Pass over to Howard.
Goal, Casuarina Football Club, number 5, Amelia Howard.
Goal, Casuarina Football Club, number 10, Lily Reardon.
The penalty box there, and now we've seen 2 long-range goals from Casuarina, and in the space of 2 minutes we've gone from 0-all to 2-0 up on the scoreboard. Casuarina 2-0.
Well, as the flag right and puts the ball out of the field of play, I really feel like, although we don't want to write them off yet, Cam, I think Mindil Aces could be in a little bit of trouble here going into finals fever, and I really feel like it's crunch time for the ladies to really fight back, bring the fight they had in the last game.
Oh, look,
really
Alex,
try and level those scores.
definitely early stages of this game, and I felt the game had a relatively slow start, a few stoppages for injury, and they were just sort of getting a feel for each other out there on the pitch. Casuarina started to show some confidence in their style of play, and then wham, 2 goals in 2 minutes, and that certainly has changed things. You've got to remember that Casuarina finished 3rd on the ladder and have a weaker goal differential to the Mindil Aces. Mindil Aces plus 22, Casuarina only plus 5, and Casuarina out of the blocks today. They've put Mindil Aces on notice.
Yeah, you're 100% right there, Cam, and I really feel like now we're going to see Aces respond.
You can feel the intensity is picked up in this game. That's good. It's good.
You can feel the intensity not of it coming up the but I feel like the finals fever grandstand intensity we see, Cam. I feel like the grandstand, the supporters get behind the ladies and they really drive a bit of passion out onto the field for them.
Gage Pearson restarts play. They're able to keep it. No, the sideline official puts the flag up. Leon Damasungu there puts the flag up there. So it will be an Aces ball. They'll get the throw in. Just the shift from the 15th minute to the 19th minute acts in the intensity. It's really picked up. It is a prelim final here. Winner goes through to verse Hellenic in next week's grand final. And Casuarina well in control of this match now early in the first half.
Yeah, I feel like whoever does go up against and versus Hellenic next week, I really feel like they are going to have to put a whole lot of spice into their pre-game training and really come out, fired up, ready to take on what would I say is one of the best in the competition up here, Cam.
Casuarina seemed very confident in their defence, just putting the pressure back on the Aces there, prepared to defend as the ball comes into the Casuarina territory. Gage Pearson, she'll turn around and she'll get the ball. Once again, puts it back over the sideline, prepared to put the Aces under pressure to come up with something or to come up with the mistake.
We'll know now for Stella Rashley, she's working incredibly hard this afternoon to inject that ball back in, but she just does it with so much precision, Cam. And for the young number 13, it's certainly going to test her fitness with the amount of pressure that Casuarina's putting on the back.
Rashley throws the ball in towards the penalty square. We do have a changeover in possession here. Will be a Casuarina ball. So once again, they've backed themselves, Casuarina, and they'll come away with it. Taylor Evans.
You can just see the Aces scattering to protect the field as best they can, and now try not to have a three-peat of what happened last time.
Chen in the centre circle now. Howard, one of our goal scorers. Aces push forward now. Kanye out to Brain. Centres the ball. Shut down there well by Casuarina. Here's an opportunity if they can get past the defender. They can't. The ball will go into touch. It will be off Casuarina, so it will be an Aces ball on that player again. Ash Rashley will restart play for us. She's had a number of throw-ins this afternoon already in this first half. Tyson, the captain, will go back for the ball. It will go out. It will be off the Aces, so it will be a Casuarina ball here. 22 minutes gone. 2-0 up on the scoreboard. Maria Musa, coach of Casuarina, will be delighted in the way her players have started this match. Taking full advantage of those two opportunities to find the back of the net. They kick long, Casuarina. They link up with Hewitt. The defence has been good here, Casuarina.
You can see
Spicer.
Mindil Aces starting to respond as well now to the...
Another opportunity, that's Howard. unable to link up with the player there. I thought she thought that her player in Chen was coming around the back, but it actually ended up with the aces. Yeah, you were saying Hellenic, whoever wins this match to verse Hellenic next week, our minor premiers, scored 82 goals across the season so far, only conceded 22, a plus 60 goal differential.
Going into the grand final, 17 wins to 0 losses as well, Cam, so puts a bit of spice in their preparation.
Well, they have been dominant, but as we've seen across the code so far, Axe, once we get to finals football, it's anyone's game who turns up. And here we've got the third place Casuarina leading the second placed Mindil.
Assistant referees tonight also working those flags, and we saw this just last week, Cam. It's just a lot of the play was done on the outskirts of the field, not so much in the city centre. So
this is Ryden. She's picked herself up a goal already this afternoon, as has Howard. Casuarina in possession. Here's an opportunity for Ryden. She'll look to link up with someone centre field. She'll cross the ball through now. Lana Spicer, unable. The goalie shuts that one down. Peter Enbom for the Middle Aces. Kick through. Come to Kanye. Links up with a winger in Rashley. Ball beats up. Will go into touch there. Sorry, that was Bianca Brain actually, out here on the wing. And Gage Pearson, she's been like a wall out there in defence. She'll restart play there for Casuarina. Ball will bounce over the top there. Hewitt will get an opportunity, promote the ball a little bit further. Defended there is Rashley. Tyson, the captain, in support. Centre field now, another opportunity in front of goal. It will come back. Deflection. Casuarina still in control at this stage. Chen. Change over in possession now to the Aces. Brain. Tries to pass through. And Evans will come away with it. In fact, it will be Peter, the goalkeeper. Puts it back centre field. Looks to turn the Aces defenders around. They've got numbers back there, the Aces. Well, here's an opportunity now. Spicer has another shot at goal. Oh, just wide of the upright there. Well, there was an error there in defence there from the Aces. The ball came to Spicer. She did have a shot, but she pushed it across the face of the goal. There was a chance there to go 3-0, Axe.
I really feel like if they had gone just a little bit to the left with that, following that mistake, I really feel 3-0 could have simply and honestly sealed the game here this evening and gave the team an express pass first class to Hellenic's big game next weekend. But of course now Aces will become very responsive. I'm sure Dave McCullum, the coach, will be looking at all the options out at the half-time break to address with the ladies.
Well, there's still plenty of time on the clock here in the first half at Larrakia Park. Gage Pearson passes down that wing yet again. As Axe said, a lot of the play's been down the wing, the grandstand side. This is Hewitt. Passes inside. Still in control of the ball through Ryden. Passes it back, links up with Gage Pearson. Crosses over to the centre. Spicer. Howard. Just seem to be in control of this game now. Casuarina not only on the scoreboard but on the field. They've shown that their defence is strong. They've shown that they can work the ball down, particularly down this grandstand touchline. And you can just feel the pressure mounting on the Aces' defence in the back end of this first half.
And undoubtedly, as the Casuarina goes to the corner, the Aces are going to have to be incredibly careful not to overly work and fatigue their players. They don't want to burn their players out too fast going up into the last 20 minutes and, of course, into the second half, because there is still a chance if the Mindil Aces switch it on.
Well, let's see what happens here. First corner of the match, the kicks through, able to link up with anyone. The ball has found the back of the net. What is the umpire going to rule? Ryden is... We've got to play it down. Ryden is claiming the goal there. Well, Axe, the cross was good. There was a lot of traffic there. It was almost as if the Aces had parked the bus in front of the goal. Number 10.
Lily Ridden.
Yeah, so Lily Ridden picks up her second goal of the night. It is now 3-0. 3-0 up on the scoreboard. We've got 20 minutes that has already transpired in this preliminary final. And we saw a beautiful cross there. There was a lot of traffic in and around the goals. I thought they had it defended, the Aces. But Lily Reardon able to control the ball under pressure in front of the goal and found a way through to find the back of the net. It's 3-0 Axe.
And Stella Rashley looks to be recovered after that apparent injury. So hopefully she is fit to go for the game. She is a fiery little character for the Mindil Aces.
Aces through Skip. They bring it centre field. Peter, the goalie, will gain possession here. Restarts play. Drives it long, centre field. Slightly to the left. Newcomb will go back for it, or pick it up. The ability for Casuarina just to control the speed of play as well so far, Axe. Prepared to keep it down in their half and defend. Opportunity here for the Aces though. They'll go across field. Brain was coming through, but Gage Pearson will come away with it. That ball will go out. Just saying that Casuarina prepared to hold the ball down their end and defend, trust their defence, and then come with these attacking raids and then pick up goals. Like, how many opportunities do you get in front of goal? Well, every opportunity they've got, bar one, I think it is, they've come away with the goal. Yeah,
well said there, Cam. And I just wanted to obviously look at the intensity in that attack there from the number 14 Aces of Brain and, of course, the number 12 of Gage Pearson from Casuarina as the ball makes its way up here to the commentary
nearly
box.
Up to you, Axe.
We almost got a touch, our first touch of the game.
Yeah, fantastic to be calling the game here at Larrakia Park. And, of course, we've got more football action coming your way over the next little while. In fact, Axe, 9th of October over at Territory Rugby League Stadium. The Asian Cup returns to Darwin. And we have Timor-Leste, who will be the home team, up against the Philippines. Of course, earlier in the year we had Timor-Leste taking on the Maldives and Timor-Leste coming away with that victory. So now we have another home game for Timor-Leste. It'll be played at Territory Rugby League Stadium the 9th of October. And of course, this is all part of the road to Saudi Arabia 2027 as part of the Asian Cup. And it's great for Darwin to attract that standard of a game with FIFA.
Yeah, it'll be good certainly to see the AFC back in the top end, Cam, and such an atmosphere. And
got a collision out there.
Undoubtedly, that would have been a whistle and a half every day of the week, Cam.
That's all right. Officials have the game in hand there. Not a lot into it, just a little bit of a bump there. You've got to give credit to the players there just to get back up and bounce back straight into the game here.
I was sharing with Dave McRae last week, Cam, if you're that man out there on the whistle, he's actually my hairdresser. He's my barber.
Well, there you have it. You love your haircuts before a big game, don't you, Axe?
Well, thanks to the team at Diamond Barbers, keeping my hair fresh and slick for the big calls.
Ball back centre field. Aces will come away with it here. Gage Pearson controlling the football. She'll push it out again to the sideline. Allow her defenders to come back and support there. Yeah, so we look forward to the clash out there at Territory Rugby League Stadium, October 9th, part of the Asian Cup. And the Philippines, the strongest team in that pool.
It'll be interesting to see those guys up against Timor-Leste.
Yes.
Has some quick footwork there from the 16 of Jariah Kirby.
And I think the other team in that pool is Tajikistan as well.
Definitely have to.
All right. Hewitt now with the ball, centres it. It will come through to Spicer. Spicer got 3 in front of her. She's still in control. She'll have a shot. It'll be too high.
Spicer, she's just so calculated with the trajectories of the kick, with the setup, with how responsive she is to those mistakes made by the aces.
Confident with the ball. Not under pressure there, despite 3 aces defenders around her, plus the goalkeeper. The shot was high. Would have been nice to see Howard come around and link up and give her some options there. The options weren't there, so she took the shot herself.
And I feel a big difference in tonight's game, Cam, opposed to the last time we saw teams clash here, is the wind. It's a lot less windy. We had 24 kilometres an hour gust in winds last time, which really affected the kickers. Now it's a lot calmer here tonight, so that'll help the low-level kicking.
Play back underway. Spicer just putting the aces under some pressure. The ball's gone out. It's going to be a Casuarina ball axe.
This could be
another bit of pressure.
Clinically dangerous.
You can just feel them mounting. They're just sort of mounting the pressure. The game started slow. It's picked up. We had that 2 minutes of play where we saw 2 goals in 2 minutes. We saw a clinical performance to pick up their 3rd goal. As Gage Pearson gets us back underway, looks for Ryden. We've got another opportunity, Casuarina. Spicer, back to Gage Pearson. Pushes through. Mbom with the ball. Restart play here. 10 minutes left on the clock before we enter the injury time period here in the first half. The score is 3-0. Casuarina's way. Courtney will push it across to Davey. Davey under a bit of pressure there from Howard. The ball goes out, but it will be an aces ball. Davey will push forward. Get another attacker in the half. Casuarina come away with it. And they're able to diffuse those little opportunities that the aces have had in the first half. Quite well there, Casuarina. There we see again just the confidence of that Casuarina defence. Kirby. There's a change in possession, some opportunity here for Casuarina. Nagy coming through, centres the ball. Casuarina goalkeeper Peter will come away with it. Restarts play quickly. Well, that's good intensity there from Casuarina, wanting to turn the aces around, wanting to put them under some pressure. Got a bit of a bump there, Axe. Good sportsmanship shown by the ladies out on the field. It will be an aces ball.
Opportunity now.
Inside the circle. Skip. Comes back to Skip. Courtney passes through. Here's a great opportunity for the aces. One of their first good attacking raids. Casuarina get defenders back. It's still an opportunity there. Oh! Nagy. Nice little cross there. She struck the ball, but it did go over the top, didn't it?
A little bit too much spice and dice, Cam, as they dance up here in the top end.
Well, that was positive football there. That's the most positive we've seen in terms of an attacking raid from the Mindil Aces. Beautiful control but there down the far sideline there. And then the ball came through. There were their Casuarina defenders there, but they were able to maintain possession there, the Aces. The shot on goal just a little bit too high over the crossbar, but they need plenty more of that in the rest of this game if they are to reel in this 3-0 lead.
Good bit of volley there and a couple of good headers from the ladies.
Ryden passes through for Spicer, has a lead, centres across, passes across, sort of a half shot at goal, a half pass over to Bates. Bates was probably about a metre away from where she needed to be.
Jasmine Hewitt there.
Yeah, thanks, Axe. Yeah, it was Jasmine Hewitt.
So, just confirm I've got the right...
No, you're right. It was Jasmine Hewitt, about a metre away where she needed to be to link up with that cross, to sneak the one in behind the keeper, but not to be. Kanye's been good for the Aces. Strong player, centre field.
I was just doing a few checks and balances up here in the on-box cam, making sure I've got the right team sheets, but that indeed I do.
No, you certainly did. It was a good call from you, Axe.
And so it's a bit different being up here in the commentary box. I feel like I'm a little bit out of away from home. I have to get the passport out to come up here to the commentary box.
Well, it's great to have you up in the box this afternoon, Axe.
And of course, a beautiful, beautiful sunset cam we are treated to from up here at Larrakia Park as the ladies resume play.
Well, that's going to assist both clubs in the second half, won't it? You know, the sun setting, the temperature starting to probably just drop a small amount. It's the humidity that will start to blow away.
Natasha Redley will go on for the Mindil Aces, as so does...
Substitution for Mindil Aces, number 14, Bianca Brain makes way.
Bianca Brain
7,
makes
Natasha
way.
Ridley.
So Bianca's been so good out there, and substitution from the bench.
Yeah, of course, and 5 substitutions, I believe, per team, and once you're subbed off, or once you're subbed off, you're off.
You're off, yep. It was interesting, in the last week's game, we were seeing subs cam inside injury time, inside 45 seconds to go, injury time on the clock, and they were subbing, so certainly do mix it up a little bit.
Absolutely, real strategy there. You know, last week, a couple of games going very long into the night. You'd have to think this game with Casuarina in control, we're probably not looking to a late night for this game, but there is a definite strategy how you use your substitutions. Ridley coming through. Return serve there by Peter, the goalkeeper for Casuarina.
Very responsive from that goalkeeper, and very clinical that she got that correct in her execution.
Well, you're right. There's a decision there. Do you stay back at home in front of the goals, or do you come out and attack the football? And she came out of goals a long way, and she beat the players there. She got ball on boot, and you're right, Axe. There is a decision that you need to make, and it was the right one there from the goalkeeper, Michelle Peter.
You come out too far. You come out away from the nets, and had that Aces player slip through your nets. It would have been very unlikely she would have been able to defend that ball, as Casuarina will set up for the kick out.
And that's why these are the preliminary final teams, Axe, making good decisions across the season.
Taylor Evans set to boot it back in to her army of players.
Hewitt still in control of the football. Centre field. Look to link up. Deflection of Baker. Casuarina still have the ball with Ryden. Play it back. Tyson's unmarked, but they can't get the pass out to Tyson. It was intercepted there by Ridley. They're pushing through as Nagy.
Now, if they set this up right...
Nagy crosses. Players in there. An opportunity for the Aces. Kanyai spun. Ball on boot. But went wide.
As Hewitt assists her player from what looks to be like from the ground.
Yeah, well, I missed what happened there, Axe. I was too focused on where the football was. Did you see what happened there?
No, we haven't actually caught that. I was focusing on that attack. If we maybe able to get the guys in the studio to whack us a replay up on the big screen.
So it is Michelle Chen who has come off for Casuarina.
Casuarina Football Club. Number 13, Michelle Chen makes way for number 2, Chloe Shrug.
Chloe Shrug now on the field. So Michelle Chen off for Casuarina. Chloe Shrug, jersey number 2, onto the pitch.
She was carted from the field from Hilda as well there, Cam, so it looks like her night may be done for injury.
Well, it's a substitution, Axe, isn't it? She's off, she's off.
And now inside 3 minutes of regular play and then into injury time here for the first half.
Spicer. You can feel the intensity picking up in this piece of play. Opportunity, Howard will push it wide. They'll have a shot. No, they won't. You're right, you could feel it starting to lift their Axe.
Deflected well by Jade Bates in there in the top left-hand corner of the field, just deflecting that Casuarina ball quite well there. And the Aces ladies starting to become very responsive to what is going to be an uncomfortable scoreline for the Aces coaching bench. Obviously somewhere where Casuarina has well earned tonight.
Well, it was a soft start from both teams, just really getting a feel for the match, and then we saw Casuarina really start. Did we just see some lightning off there in the distance there, Axe?
Yeah, well, certainly caught my eye out to the right of the commentary box.
Well, it is the build-up here in the top end, folks.
Gloomy, low-scattered clouds, if I can get the words to roll out as well as this.
Okay, let's watch this corner, Axe. We'll come back to your weather report in a moment. Centres it. Well, it is the top end, it is build-up, and that would be the first bolt of lightning that I've laid eyes on this season. I don't think the game will be troubled by any rain or storms this evening. Looks like it will all blow out, but we are seeing the presence of a whole lot more clouds in our skies, and the humidity certainly. Now, we've got a changeover in possession here. Ryden, she'll look to link up with Spicer. No, she'll shoot through. She'll have a shot. Nothing doing back there. It's wide of the goals. N-Bomb will go back for the ball. We were just saying before, it was a soft start to the game, and then we saw Casuarina turn it on in that 2-minute period where they picked up 2 goals. And just before they did that, we saw the confidence of the Casuarina team in their defence, prepared to put their defence under pressure and respond. It actually turned the pressure onto the Mindil Aces there. And then with the few attacking rates that they had, Casuarina, they came away with points. So, as you said, going into half-time,
Ladies and gentlemen, there'll be a minimum.
Casuarina will be going into halftime with a good lead, and as you said, that will put the Aces under pressure. As we see our ground announcer saying there'll be a minimum of 1 minute injury time here in this first half, so it's just on the 45-minute mark, and we're into the injury time period of this first half. The score, of course, is 3-0. Casuarina leading the Mindil Aces. Aces ball in hand now, or ball in foot. They'll go centre field through the circle. Oh, a bit of a collision there. Play on, the referee calls. Certainly it's got a lot darker, Axe, as this game has progressed. Skip will allow that ball to go across the sideline. And you can see the lighting here at Larrakia Park really starting to take over, particularly in those corners. Casuarina throws the ball back in. Restarts, comes across. Opportunity before the end of this first period. The Aces defuse it. We'll come back to Evans, still in possession. Casuarina gets back up to her feet. Aces desperately defending this final passage of play. Oh, player just launching themselves. Chloe Shrug, one of our interchange players, substitutions, who came onto the field. Awkward dive there, Axe.
Have a look at that would have been one of the saves of the day there, and definitely a...
well, there can't be much time left on this injury clock. It will be the Casuarina.
Chloe Shug taking that diver to stop that from happening.
So Casuarina, an opportunity. Evans will restart play. Can't be long left on the injury clock now before half-time. They'll centre the football. Will go out the back and will go dead. It's The Aces will restart play here. We're up to 2 minutes and 18 seconds now of injury time. Centre field, Casuarina back with the football. Hewitt. Comes back out to Hewitt, out to the right wing. Not really flooding
it's on internal mind.
the square, are they, Axe Casuarina? And there it is. There is the referee's whistle. And that is half-time here at Darwin Football Stadium, Larrakia Park. It is 3-0. Casuarina, Axe. Casuarina 3 over the Mindil Aces 0. And our goal scorers for the first half, Amelia Howard picked up our first goal, and then Lily Ryden picking up goal 2 and goal 3 for the Casuarina Football Club. So, as you said, they'll be comfortable, Casuarina. 3-0 up at half-time here. Control of this game. Mindil Aces, 45 minutes left of their season to turn things around. They will need to get on the board early in the second half. You can see the half-time stats coming up on the screen. And as we said, we saw a soft start to that game, but it really started to pick up in intensity. There was a 2-minute period there where Casuarina were able to get 2 goals in 2 minutes. Casuarina quite confident in their defence. They were able to give the ball back to the Mindil Aces by putting the ball over the sideline a number of times in the first half and backing their defence. And then when they had opportunities in front of the goal, Casuarina, they were able to come away with points. In fact, they picked up 3.
Yeah, absolutely, Cam. I think you summed that up well. When look, Casuarina has been quite calculated out there with not only with the trajectory of their kick in, but of course all the other stuff they put into the preparation, and you can see it's paid out really well in their execution of playing with their play-by-play, with their setup onto the goals. But of course, Mindil Aces, we can't let them off yet. They've been a strong team all year. They've made it this far. They still have now 45 minutes to seal their deal and to purchase their tickets to the grand final. They're going to go up against Hellenic Athletics Club next weekend for the 2025 Football Northern Territory Grand Final. Now that is going to be a game where we want people to come down, get behind the Football Northern Territory, but of course Hellenic Athletics Club, have gone 17 games to the win, 0 undefeated. So a strong team, and may the best team win tonight. But let's say, from what we see so far, Casuarina goes through and plays Hellenic. It would be a big achievement for the Casuarina Football Club to go and win against Hellenic. But I really feel like they're going to have to be dancing on their toes to make that happen.
Yeah, we'll keep the focus on this game. What do Mindil Aces need to do in the second half to get back into the game? To me, it feels like some control of the football. Casuarina have taken advantage of the opportunities that have been presented. Their work down the grandstand sideline has been particularly impressive, and their ability to cross the ball into the centre of the field in front of the goals, and then the receiver to beat the first defender and then have a shot at goal. We saw some beautiful strikes there to get up over the goalkeeper and find the back of the net. It was quite impressive performance there by Casuarina. They took full advantage of those opportunities.
Absolutely, and well summed up there, Cameron. What Aces need to do, from what I saw in the last time they met up here in the elimination finals, so they just need to come out and focus on what matters, focus on the next play-by-play, and not worry about too much about trying to defend. They are defending well, but I feel like they want to see a little bit more attacking out of their end of the deal tonight. And once they get into the attacking distance and into the shooting range of those nets, they really need to set up, make sure their players are at home, make sure they've got the players in the position, make sure they're communicating well, and then don't think twice and strike once and strike well.
Well, their most positive piece of play, I believe, in the first half was over on the far sideline. We saw them work it down the right-hand side and cross it into the centre. That was good, positive football. We want to see more of that from the Mindil Aces in the second half. Have a look at your team sheet, Axe. Who's impressed you out there on the field?
Yeah, look, I'm going to start off with the Mindil Aces Football Club. We're going to go with Jade Bates. She's been clinical out there, and just the way she's played, the way she's set up and defended. I want to go down and have a look at Stella Rashley. She's just been fantastic with the amount of throwing she's had to do, and of course the fitness required not only to play that position on the field, but of course to keep chucking that ball back in, keep injecting that ball in where it matters, to show the play-by-play. She's been fantastic, and of course the goalkeeper, Enborn, she's just, the goalkeepers they always, I think, deserve a shout out in a good game of football. They're working overtime, they have to make split-second decisions, and of course,
back, Max, for the second half here in this Women's Premier League preliminary final between the Casuarina Football Club and the Mindil Aces Football Club. Of course, Casuarina are leading here 3-0 in control of this game as Casuarina are back out on the field. They will be running right to left on the screen. Mindil Aces just in the huddle on the sideline at the moment. They'll be back out there very soon. They'll be running left to right. The Aces take their spot out on the field. And actually, it looks like the Ducks are sitting here. You might see on our screen or remote if you're watching via the feed, but it is much darker out here tonight than I was expecting.
Yeah, Cam, courtesy of a late night cloud cover. Clouds scattered to 5,000 only with a little bit of rain up there. So that's where it's going to be quite darker, but down at pitch level, Cam spoke to the players early before going onto the pitch, and certainly it's all bright and shiny out there for those guys.
So playback underway here at Larrakia Park. Will be a Casuarina ball over there on the far sideline.
Would have been very interesting to get an insight to the coaching announcements or speeches, and so we'll see what happens in the second half to the score levels.
First use of the football has been diffused there by the Mindil goalkeeper, Peter Enbom. Oh. Well, that's going to end up as a goal there. Well, that's just a surprising piece of play there. The goalkeeper just getting caught too far out after restarting play there. Casuarina just fired it straight back over the top of her head. We'll see it up here on the replay screen, Axe. We see the Aces with the football.
Goal, Casuarina Football Club, captain number 3, Claire Tyson.
Well, that's a massive blow there for the Aces. Casuarina picking up their 4th goal of the game and just really seemed to be play restarting there. Goalie caught just a little bit too far out from the goal as Casuarina just put it back over the top, over her head and bounced its way through. And that's not exactly what the Aces would have been wanting to start this second half.
No, and certainly not, Cam, and I feel like it's now time for them to become very responsive to this and really work some magic in the park tonight.
Yeah, that's a good word there, Axe. Responsive, you know. You need to play the full 90 minutes. You need to be switched on from the get-go, and possibly there, Mindil were looking to work their way back into the second half, and Casuarina came out ready to go and very prepared to put the ball over the top there and found the back of the net there. So 4-0 here at Larrakia Park, Territory Football Stadium.
We were only speaking earlier about the goalkeepers making that split-second decision, and each way it could have gone as play resumes and Aces.
Well, the Aces had restarted play. It was the goalie who had restarted play in N-bomb, and so she had to drop back quickly, but Casuarina saw the opportunity and just launched it back. And it just seemed to bounce ever so slowly through to the back of the net. This will be a Casuarina ball. Courtney from the Aces, trying to get the possession there. It is back with Davey. Back to Courtney. Tries to get past the defender. The ball will come back. Aces will push it forward, but it's been intercepted there by Casuarina. Spicer running through, won't be able to link up with the football. Game being played in the centre of the field at the moment, Axe. And we saw that decision there by the goalkeeper and Peter coming out to collect the ball there. Opportunity. Opportunity for Casuarina. Continuing to apply pressure. Spicer sends the ball back, centre field. Aces have come away with it. Looks to kick down that sideline. It has gone out. So the ball back into Casuarina possession. Newcomb through to Spicer. Spicer crosses. Goalkeeper is a long way out from home, coming across field. This could be dangerous if Casuarina end up with the ball. It does find the sideline. The ball goes into touch, allowing the goalkeeper get back in front of the goal there.
But we saw, Cam, just how dangerous it can be if you spend too far away from home. Too many late nights out. Could be costly for your club.
Well, it was smart play there by the goalie. Just put it into touch and give yourself the time to get back in front of
for
the
sure.
goal square. You know,
Probably
Bong
strategic-
showing her experience there.
Strategic play to, like you mentioned, Cam, and 100% to kick it out, to put it into off the
Just
field.
by that time. There definitely is lightning in the sky here in Darwin. And I tell you what, there's been some lightning on the field here as well, Axe, from Casuarina when they've executed some of their plays.
Absolutely, Cam, and they strike with power and fire tonight, and we can see the Mindil Aces warming up a few of their players from the interchange, so we may see another substitution very, very soon as Spicer sets up the return kick.
Aces. Spicer defending. Just really swamping the defence there as Casuarina will come away with it. They flooded their back line there, the Aces. A number of players in defence there, but Casuarina will have it through Hewitt. Hewitt beats the defender. Will push forward. Looks like Ryden. The ball has turned over, and Aces have put it over that far sideline, Axe. You can see the Aces playing with a number of players back in that back line in the defensive positions there.
I think they certainly have had a bit of tough love tonight from Casurina, the Mindil Aces, and certainly are going to be very protective of that real estate anywhere near those nets tonight, Cam.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? If they are putting a number of players in their defensive line, that obviously means they're taking them from somewhere, which means that there's not going to be the players necessarily in the centre or up front to amount an attacking play. So just trying to stop Casuarina from scoring any more goals, it looks at this stage. But Casuarina possession of the football, controlling the match and controlling the ball out on the field. And as we said here, we've got an Aces player in Davey with an opportunity there, but no support play there because they were all pulled back to support with the defence.
Yeah, absolutely, Cam, and you can see now like you mentioned before, and we see it across a lot of different sporting codes, having all the players in the defensive field of play, and then the ball comes up to their attacking quarter, then the players have to really charge up. And
yeah, we've got to make a call at some stage, don't you? And it looks like Ace is looking to play quite defensive here, behind 4-0 up on the scoreline. Really, and it's the scoreline that's putting them under pressure to make a decision around what they're going to do. But they do have the football now down the right end of the field for them. It is still in play through Casuarina. Ryden will cross out. Oh, it's been deflected there. She will be able to get the ball out wide. Both players on the ground there. The Aces will clean up here. Referee blows the whistle.
And just noticing the number 11 there for Mindil Aces, Stella. Sorry, I'll try that again. Samantha
Nagy.
She was setting up to be very responsive to that attack there from Casurina, but unfortunately the cramp in the right leg got the better of her, and that's where this really odd weather conditions will really affect the performance of our players
Sakata
tonight.
kicks through. There's an opportunity here. Once again, a smart decision from the goalie, and Peter coming out, cleaning up that ball. She's been great this afternoon or this evening at the back there, hasn't she, Ax? Just smart decision making.
Very, very clinical, and we saw that in the elimination finals. Had the same kind of performance from her, just really time after time again has saved a lot of heartbreak for the club.
Gage Pearson back there. She's been fantastic in defence, pushes the ball out, and this is what we saw in the first half. Casuarina prepared to put the ball over the sideline, allow their defenders to come back, put Mindil Aces under some pressure to come up with something and really back their defence here. It's a confidence play, and I suppose when you're up 4-0 on the scoreboard, you can play this confident type of football. But they did it early in the first half as well, about 15 in, and it was on the back of that where they kicked those 2 goals. Spicer. And they've done it again. We've got Spicer running through down the left-hand side, looking to link up with someone. She'll take on the final defender herself. She'll look to cross now. She does cross. She's got a player coming through. Oh, opportunity for a header. Just a little bit too wide for her. And that's a great piece of play there from Casuarina. Putting the ball across the sideline, backing their defence, coming up with the football. Spicer breaking through down that left-hand touchline, taking on a defender, beating the defender, getting the cross through, a player coming through, unable to connect with the football. But that is pressure football.
And that's what we do like to see up here, as they are set to kick back into field of play.
This is Courtney, the captain. I'll launch it. Push down. Kanye.
Again, launched it very well, Cam, but no players available to attack.
Just see how she held up the football there and allowed her attackers to come back down. She provided them with time to come through and link up with her, but it also provided Casuarina the opportunity to flood the defence. And once again, we see them push that over the sideline and back their defence yet again.
Now we look at Alexis Skip subbing in for the earlier injured player of, it'll be Stella Rashley, the 13 jersey, unlikely to see her.
Peter restarts play. Hewitt. Ball goes into touch.
So I've called that wrong, because if my eyes serve me correctly, Cam, on this beautiful Saturday night, Rashley is back in her position. Well, if we go back to basics here, Cam, if you flip the field of play, that naturally would be her position. So we'll just call play on.
Well, I'll forgive your eyesight there, Ax, because it is quite dark here out on the pitch at Larrakia Park.
Which is, I guess, to answer a few of the questions that I've been sent through the socials, that's why they play AFC at TRL Stadium, due to lighting requirements. And that is actually to do with not the players, not the spectators. It's actually telecast requirements require a certain lumens of lighting, and that's why only certain grounds in the Northern Territory can host international games.
Well, you've heard it there from the man himself. Axel seems to know a whole lot about this, but we're back here at Larrakia Park. It is 4-0, Casuarina in control of this game. We're in the second half, just shy of 60 minutes on the clock. Take a place kick here, Casuarina. In the goal square. Kicks long. Players will turn. Spicer will come through. Ball will go out. This will be a Casuarina ball, Axe. I think that's been put out there by the Aces. Players walking out there at the moment. Just the play seems to have just entered into a bit of a lull at the moment. And we've seen Casuarina show the ability to turn it from a lull into an attack very quickly. Just playing that percentage football, forcing the football up the field. They'll stay in possession here, Casuarina. We'll get another throw in.
Now to 34 minutes remaining in this game.
Gage Pearson out there on the far touchline, about to throw the ball in. Long throw in. Bounces. Pass Ryden. Spicer. It looks like Hewitt. Good play there by Casuarina to maintain possession. So we've got players in hand. Shrug. Morgado. And we'll get a Casuarina corner here, Axe. Well, this is exciting. Opportunity for them to take the corner.
Opportunity to take it to 5-0. A great opportunity for the Aces.
No, it won't be a corner. It'll be a throw in. Sorry, it must have gone out on the sideline, not the dead ball line. And change over in possession there. Thought we were going to have a corner there, but it ended up being a throw in.
Well, it certainly did look like that way from the angle where we have our blockbuster seats here tonight, Cam. But Aces now.
Goes past Howard. Comes back to Tyson. Tyson pushes it through. Ryden. Ryden with another opportunity. Tries to thread the ball through, but the keeper's there, Enbom. Just didn't quite connect it, just more try to guide the ball through. Gage Pearson out wide.
I feel like looking at that last shot on goal there, Cam, by look at the player's reaction after it happened, the disappointment for her own power there. I don't think she put as much power in as she wanted.
Spicer. Sorry, Axe.
The body language there just signified that she didn't really achieve the power that she wanted to fire into that kick.
Spicer and Reardon have been fantastic in front of goals for Casuarina. Really asking the question of the Mindil Aces defence a number of times, but an opportunity here for Kanye. Once again, just not having the support down there in attack. Aces really pushing their players back in the defensive line. Howard. Howard takes on two. Howard still going. Ball goes into touch. She's been good, Howard. She picked up the first goal, I think it was, of the night. She's picked up a goal tonight. Skip. Throws the ball in. Nagy. Back to Ridley. They go centre field. The Aces here. Casuarina look to have possession. Hewitt. Hewitt passes long. Ryden coming through. Gets the ball on the toe. It's still in play here for Casuarina. Aces are forced to swamp back. Ryden. Two defenders out on her. That'll be a Casuarina ball there. Just Ryden showing that experience to force the Aces to push the ball over the line. Now what that allows Ryden to do is to come centre field into the box. Casuarina will get another player to restart play here. A lot of experience being shown here by Casuarina about how to control the pace of a football match.
And then also Natasha Ridley, fresh set of legs, only about 35.5 minutes old for the number 7 legs. So
well, the cross was good. Spicer connected it with the head, but the Aces have come away with it. They'll turn over possession around the halfway. Gage Pearson. That looks Spicer back in cleaning up the ball there. Shrug. Long pass. This is Nagy for the Aces. Is Casuarina really shutting this game out, aren't they, Axe? Just controlling the football. Ryden back. Passes, a nice little pass there. Casuarina mounting another attack. Spicer. Ryden, ball still in play. Ryden, pass, and she'll have a shot. Oh, it hits the upright. Very nearly went through. A decent shot from Ryden outside of the penalty box. A long way out, and it hit the upright a few centimetres to the right, and that would have gone in.
We watched the replay now, thanks to local media services on the big screen, and had the power, had the trajectory, but also had Casuarina had a player off to the left of the goals there. They may have been in a position to run in and to serve up a little bit of double trouble here tonight, Cam, and to find that back through the net. So the goal, the keeper wouldn't have been in that ideal position.
Well, Ryden just showing her ability with the ball, with her foot skills, to just buy time, get herself in position, look for options, and then connect with the ball. Now, I think that was off the left boot there.
Yeah, I think
decent
we'll
power behind that shot.
Now the corner for Casuarina becomes very dangerous for Aces.
Yeah, numbers there, the Aces. They'll come away with it. They'll push it back towards the sideline. They will keep it in the field of play, Casuarina. They'll come back to Newcomb. Newcomb brings it back towards centre field. We've got a deflection. Play on. Davey passes back. Put a high ball up. Through to Kanye. And that player once again, Chloe Gage-Pearson, just absolutely rock solid defence all night. Nothing's got past her. Spicer takes a player on the outside. This is exciting play. Comes back infield. Goes again on the outside. Aces forced to push it over the sideline. Well, don't we love when a player takes the defender on the outside?
Alexa Skip, you got to give her credit, Cam. She threw everything out Spice as she could. She was dancing in the top end here to make it happen, to make the defence happen.
Just those little one-on-one battles that take place out on... Oh! Well, that's going to be a penalty there to Casuarina, Axe. Just those one-on-one battles that take place out on the field there, and Lana Spicer taking on her opposite defender on the outside, and that's confident play yet again from Casuarina from Spicer. Yeah,
confidence definitely the word I'd be looking for there, Cam, and referees just having a quick chat to the keeper.
All right. This will be Amelia Howard, 1 goal already tonight. She will be taking the penalty from right in front. This is between Howard and the goalkeeper, Enbom. Can Howard add to her tally tonight? Will she go left? Will she go right? Will she go down the centre, Axe?
Got to feel like she's going to go straight to the left tonight, Cam.
Oh, she pushes it to the right, and she pushes it high. She finds the back of the net, and Amelia Howard picks up her 2nd goal of the evening. Well, that was beautifully placed there by Amelia Howard, jersey number 5. Launched the ball. It was a rising ball. It was pushing up towards that right corner.
We watched
goal, Casuarina Football Club, number 5.
Replay now on the big screen, and just clinical in the way of... Yeah, Jack there. And
beautifully positioned there, Amelia Howard. A rising ball. The goalkeeper has to go up, has to reach a long way. Great shot there on goal from the penalty kick, Amelia Howard. Picking up her 2nd goal of the night. Well, that's 5-0, Axe. Coming into this game, Casuarina, they only had a +5 goal differential. That was from the regular season, I should say. But they've added, at this stage, another +5.
So now into 70 minutes of general time play. We'll obviously have to account for injury time and stoppage time.
Yeah, 22 minutes left on the clock, plus our injury time.
The question is, can Mindil Aces put something on the board here tonight?
Well, Yolanda Kanye, she's provided some spark there, but they have been forced to defend a lot tonight, the Mindil Aces. So when they do get those opportunities, Kanye's going to need some support. And what that means is that the Aces are going to have to do a lot of running. We've got another corner here, Axe.
Casurina now in a position to possibly just do more damage to the park. Nice kick in. Aces defend well. Casuarina comes back in for a look. She get it back in. Aces aren't having any of it. Casuarina now throws it back in, injects it to where it needs to be.
Well, a long-range shot, it's going to be way too high. We saw with the cross there, it was a low cross. It wasn't providing a whole lot of options for a header, but it was a low cross. And so the Aces will come away with it now. Skips unmarked out here. Spice is coming up to take her mark now. They'll restart play through a place kick. It will come back to Skip. Spice is there in defence. Spicer will get possession of the ball. She'll pass it back. Casuarina back in control. Tyson, the captain, out to Howard. Ball comes back. Gage Pearson. It's a pass on. Threads it through the centre. Comes out to Spicer. Nearly wrong-footed there, Ryden. Ryden looks to link up with Spicer. The Aces, they'll put it over the sideline. Just controlling the football acts. And just keeping asking the questions of the Aces defence here. We were saying before, they do have to do a lot of running Aces if they are going to flood back for an attacking piece of play, because the Casuarina attack has been good. They've been asking the questions, been able to control the football. You see Ryden with the football again now. Through Tyson, the captain. Pushes out wide to Hewitt. Hewitt will look to link up with someone centre field. No, she'll actually run it herself. She brings it back in. A player comes through. And I think we've got to trip their axe. That will be another penalty there for Casuarina.
Yeah, not a whole lot of, I guess, you don't want to give a whole lot of those away. Look, 5-0 is going to be hard to come back from in the time remaining. I'm not going to write them off yet. They've been a clinical team all year, the Aces, and look, anything can happen in finals footy, Cam, and you look at football here in the Northern Territory and they just are so passionate about what they do on their Friday night here on this park, Cam. You know, I feel like the Aces could just flick the match, and as we go to the penalty kick.
Howard with another shot on goal. Beats the goalie again.
And that is in every day of the week.
She's picked up a treble, Amelia Howard. And this time she kept that ball around mid-range and she kept it centre goal.
Number 5, to get her hat-trick, Amelia Howard.
Yeah, so, you know, certainly some really accurate kick in there. Like you said, she just kept it to the basics and got it into where it needs to be.
So we had a penalty there from the defence, a trip in defence there. Amelia Howard, another shot on goal. And just proving a great ability to get past the goalkeeper there from in front of goal. That takes us to 6-0 Axe. A little bit of an opportunity there. Peter had it covered, but she didn't need to get ball on glove there. Pushes to the right of the uprights.
But a good set of kicking legs on the number 7 jersey, Natasha Ridley.
Mindil Aces Football Club. Number 16, Jariah Kirby makes way for number 15, Phoebe Mitchell.
Well, it was nice to see the Aces with the football down in an attacking position there, but it was well covered there by Casuarina. They will restart with a place kick. It will go long. They'll keep it in territory, Aces. They will keep it in Casuarina's territory. And this is Courtney. Ryden takes the ball off her, pushes it back. Attacking options both sides. Tyson, she'll push it through the centre. Links up, comes back to Tyson. Gets past the defender again. Here's another opportunity for Hewitt. Hewitt out wide, will centre it. Comes through as Spicer. The goalie's got it in end bomb. Well, Spicer had herself positioned behind the goalie there. But just what they can do with the football, Casuarina. You saw there come through the centre of the field. They had options left, they had options right. They went to the right. Nice cross there from Hewitt. Spicer just not able to get in front of the football. Here's Spicer with the ball now. Courtney. She's been strong in defence though. She's had to do a lot, Zoe Courtney, for the Aces. Peter restarts.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Puts
the
it up
schedule
over
is
the
something turning
halfway.
it on for us tonight. If required, the FNT and Football Australia lightning policy may come into effect. However, we have a good feeling that it may not be required tonight.
Well, that lightning has certainly caught the attention of officials here. It is still far off on the distance, Axe. And
Football Northern Territory will say that 5 nautical miles from the surface of play will make it. Will form a stoppage, Cam, here.
surely we can get through to the end of the grand final without a lightning stoppage. We've only got this week and next week to go, but
That would be a territory thing to happen, wouldn't it, Cam?
our Asian Cup game between the Philippines and Timor-Leste is being played later on. Another opportunity there. Will it go through in the goal? Oh, it'll just trickle over.
Now starting to pick up from the keeper there, Cam. That could be a niggling injury because last time the team played, the keeper did have a little niggling injury causing a bit of havoc. And it looks to be, what I would say, that injury just starting to creep up. So the question is, are they going to use their substitute goalkeeper for the remaining of the game? And then now to also throw it into the bag of lollies?
Well,
Lightning.
Another corner here for Casuarina. Aces have swamped the area, parked the bus in front of the goals, so to speak. They've come away with it, the Aces. Good defence. Mitchell buying some time there, pushes the ball back, plays in support. Howard comes up to take it off her, unable to. Aces still with the ball. There we go, we change over in possession there. We do have a player down.
That'll call time on the play, so now we'll start to add to the injury time.
Well, it's a fait of complete, really, in terms of the injury time and the number of goals required, Axe. So hopefully the player's okay and can continue on with the game. Nice crowd in here at Larrakia Park for this preliminary final.
Starting to build, of course. We've got the men's coming up after this. And
over on field 2, we've got the Women's Premier League reserves being played at the moment between Mindil Aces and Garuda FC. Hope to get a score for you a little bit later on. It was 0-0 at half time. Not sure if there's been any goals added. Playback underway. Casuarina pushed the ball through to the centre of the field. Another shot on goal. Oh, hits the upright and deflects out. Just prepared to have a shot from a long way out, Casuarina there. Was always pushing to the right-hand upright of the goals. A little bit of a breeze pushing across the field now, Axe.
27 k's an hour, gusting to 22 kilometres an hour here in the top end, Cam.
Max is all over the weather. Courtney. Down the far touchline, the Aces. They'll turn over possession back to Casuarina. No, the Aces will come away with it. They'll push forward. We've only got one player in Carney back in that in the Casuarina half. Just forced to defend all night at the moment, the Mindil Aces. As we just start to roll towards the 80th minute mark, Axe. About 12 left on the clock plus injury time. 12 minutes left of the season here for the Mindil Aces. Casuarina will finish off this game and then start preparing for next week for their GF against Hellenic.
Substitutes now for Casuarina set to come on. I can see one with, whoa, another, you just watch the replay there, another slider from the Aces player to just ultimately protect from every angle that set of nets. But number 4, that'll be the young lady of Carissa Padaroma set to substitute, and we'll just wait. And number 17 of Brittany Hedges.
Yeah, Pregame and Hedges to come onto the field for Casuarina. Some fresh legs on the field. Also to work the substitution bench to make sure they've got minutes in the legs before the GF for next week. Great applause from the Casuarina supporters as Brittany Hedges and Carissa Pregame come on the field. And that player number 12 gets a well-deserved break, Chloe Gage Pearson. And she's been one of the stars tonight. The other player coming off, Amelia Howard, picking up a treble tonight.
Number 4, Carissa Pregame.
And you can see those interchanges there that have been made from Casuarina, just well-deserved breaks. They've done their job. Amelia Howard up in attack, picking up 3 goals. And Chloe Gage Pearson in defence. And of course, you want all your players to have a run the week before the GF.
But ultimately, we don't want to overly burn the key players out. It'll be interesting to see if they keep Spicer at their camp. I think she's done her work tonight and earned her paycheck. I'm not sure how how much rest they want to give Spicer before the grand final, but
They may not have any substitutions left up their sleeve, but Spicer and Ryden have been so impressive for Casuarina tonight as well. It's been a lot of standout players, but they certainly have been up there. Hewitt as well, out there on the wing, has been very creative, prepared to take the ball wide and then cross the ball back in. As the match progresses, you can really see those players rise through. For Casuarina, they've done their jobs tonight. It shows on the scoreboard as well, Axe.
And we'll all be looking forward to seeing, of course, for both Casuarina and Hellenic, the lineups that are selected to take on the big dance in the top end, September 27.
Next weekend, next Saturday here at Larrakia Park.
Lock it in the calendar. And, no doubt the coaches will be analysing the rounds through the year to select their best players to put out.
This has been positive for Casuarina because coming up against Hellenic, who have scored 82 goals this season from the regular season, they can find the back of the net better than anyone in this competition. So to put 6 on so far before the grand final, that's a real positive outcome for Casuarina, because you're going to have to not only defend, but you're going to have to score goals to defeat Hellenic.
Yep, we're doing substitution. Casuarina Football Club. Number 8, Jasmine Hewitt makes way for number 14, Giselle Rowe.
Well, Hewitt, another player that we've just mentioned, who's been really strong out there on the wing, on the far side, taking that ball deep and crossing over a number of times. She earns a break. Giselle Rowe, jersey number 14 for Casuarina, gets to come onto the field with about 8 minutes left of regulation play.
And that'll be probably her game done this evening, Cam.
Well, substitute, you can't come back on, Axe.
So that's their opportunity to sit back and enjoy watching the work they've done.
See some Darwin Olympic players in-house to watch the next game as well, to see who they'll be versing in the GF next week in the Men's Premier League.
Good responsive kick there from the Aces. Carries it through, but again, Cam, just no one at home to pick up the attacking.
Well, Kanye's coming through, but they've got this covered here. She's still got the ball in control there, Kanye. She does cross it centre field through Ridley. Ridley tries to find some space to kick through. Well defended there by Casuarina. Just that ability to go up from attack, to come back and defend when they do get a run through has been quite exceptional tonight, Casuarina. They've really just been able to build that control across the game.
And I want to just give credit to the ladies on the park from the Mindil Aces. Look, it's very unlikely they're going to come anywhere close to bringing this one back and getting the win, but they're not giving up, Cam. They're just putting 110% into every minute out there. They've worked so hard, and they certainly deserved to be here tonight. They're just giving that 110% all the way to the final whistle here tonight.
Well, that's it. You know, their season will end here tonight, but they finished second on the ladder. They are playing through to the full-time siren here. And you know, that's a sign of respect for Mindil Aces are showing Casuarina, and vice versa here tonight. They've tried hard. They haven't given up. They've had some passages of play that have been really positive. A lot of players have tried very hard tonight out there for the Aces, but they've been starved of possession from a Casuarina team that's been able to build pressure and control the football.
There we go back to the, well, what to be looked to go back to the assistant referee on the far side under a couple of our sponsors. And we take the opportunity now to thank our sponsors that have got us through season 2025, a couple of our major partners. Of course, McDonald's, Diamond Barbers, Ward Keller, Steel Line in there as well, NTF and Santos Group. Also KF Group, Northern Territory. And of course, our game day officials, match officials, as the Mindil Aces now set under the beautiful Saturday night lights here in Larrakia Park. We'll inject the ball back into play to the centre now. The Aces pick it up with a nice clearance out to the centre. Spicer responsive to that play. Whoa. Sharp eyes from the assistant referee.
Yeah, well done to our match officials this evening as well, our referees. Been well in control of this game tonight, allowed it to flow as well. It's been really positive.
We're inside 9 minutes of regular play here, Cam.
Oh, I think that says 4 minutes left on the clock there, Axe. I think it says 86 and a half minutes gone. So 3.5 left on the clock for regulation play.
Yes, that will be correct. It's a very odd screen to look at from this angle.
We battle our eyesight.
Go back to basic maths. 45 times 2 would be 9.
Okay, here we go, Axe. Spicer, headers. Deflection comes away. Aces with the football. Spicer. Got to play down. Referee straight onto the whistle there. Will be an Aces football.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Women's Premier League Reserve Grand Final has been decided. Atlantic Athletic Club will be taking on Mindil Aces Football Club in the Grand Final next week.
Ball still in play, Ryden. Crosses. Tyson. Morgado push the ball through. Will be an Aces ball. Well, like some key moments in this game tonight has really been around that 15-minute mark where the game had that soft start, and then we saw Casuarina really turn the game on in the space of 2 minutes, scoring 2 goals and really getting command of this football game. And they've been able to go on with it tonight, so an impressive performance from Casuarina. Newcombe just unable to control that football. It will be an Aces football, but that 2 minutes of lifting to go from one gear up a gear early in the game to gain control of the game.
Yeah, absolutely, Cam, and couldn't analyse that better myself if I needed to. But I think that softer start and then crucial couple of goals from Casuarina to go from 2 to the 3 to the 4 to 5 to 6.
Well, a couple of penalties there in the second half there where they had the ball in front of the net with a shot, and Amelia Howard showing that she She can get past the goalkeeper on a number of occasions. One shot from the field of play and two from a penalty shot from Amelia Howard. We can see a wall being set here by Casuarina.
Now the captain, Zoe Courtney, could put aces on the board.
It's a long way out. We've got 3 in the wall. Keeper at home, and Michelle Peter has been exceptional all night long. Should have to craft this ball beautifully, Zoe Courtney, to get past the Casuarina defence. In fact, she goes back.
Casurina just too strong in there.
Shrug. Comes out. Ball still in play. Courtney has a shot. Oh, the captain there for Mindil just went over the crossboard.
I had that just snuff
Positive
under.
shot there from a long way out. It's some decent energy from behind that ball there.
We watched the big screen replay and just
Finding
a
the
bit,
top of the net, but over the crossbar.
just a bit of down play on that ball would have probably just been enough to sneak in. And that is the game. Cam Hughes. That is the referee's final whistle.
Well done to Zoe Courtney having a shot at goal before the full-time siren. Finishing on a positive there, Mindil. But congratulations to Casuarina FC, who have picked themselves up a 6-0 victory here in the preliminary final against the Mindil Aces. So Casuarina march on to next week up against Hellenic, and the 6 goals coming, 1 from Claire Tyson, the captain, 3 from Amelia Howard, 2 goals from Lily Ryden. That makes their 6 for this evening, Casuarina, and a comprehensive performance from them. Congratulations to the Mindil Aces on their season, but it does end tonight in the preliminary final, and Casuarina Football Club go on to next week to face Hellenic. So it will be a 1v3 grand final if we have a look at the ladder from the regulation play. And Casuarina, they've had to do it from the minor semi-final, make it their way through to the preliminary final, and now they go on to the grand final while Hellenic have had the week off. And so then it comes a question, the week off or playing, what's the better pathway into the grand final?
Well, Cam, I'm going to go down to the park itself. I'm going to see if I can grab a moment with the captain from Casuarina.
Well, you go, Wags. I'll leave the call here. Well done on tonight's call. I'll take a bit of a break before the Men's Premier League preliminary final. You go down and see if you can catch up with the Casuarina Football Club players. It'd be great to hear from them after this comprehensive 6-0 victory over the Mindil Aces.